Yep. Whoa. Howdy, howdy, partners. It's your host, Dr. Giggles. Maybe Cowboy Giggles. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. Last week we did the show Wednesday instead of Thursday. This week, we got quite the show for you. We're going to be, myself and Luco and the whole clan, we decided to go to Edaville Railroad over the weekend. We're also going to be doing a recap on SFNE's live chat that they did last night on some of the hot topics. We'll talk about some news. We'll talk about upcoming events. Some other things about the show for next year I want to talk about. And I have these two boxes, that I'm going to drop. They're basically a subscription of mystery boxes. They kind of tell you the theme, and then they put mystery stuff inside it. And, I mean, I've already opened the boxes. This one came, when did it come? Oh, this is from November. This one came last month. This is a November box, but it just came the other day. I opened it, looked at it. But we're going to unbox them and show everybody what's inside them. They got some cool collectible things. And we'll go over that, too. You know, there was, yeah, and also speaking of Edaville, when I get to that, when we talk about, I made like a 4.5-minute video showing some stuff off. Before we get into that and we talk about it, Edaville Railroad is going to become one of these little nook and cranny hot spots to go to. And I'll get into that in a little bit because there's a lot of construction going on. They are adding a lot of attractions. And I did not bring with me the media packet that they gave me, but I vaguely remember a lot of stuff. But Edaville Railroad is going to be a spot to go to. When I get done telling you, you're definitely going to want to go. So it was awesome. Let me tell you. You know, it was one of them little places that kept opening and closing, selling, not selling, and all that. And I will tell you this, it's a place that you're going to want to go to. Especially if you don't want to go to it after I talk about it, there is something wrong with you. There definitely is. It's just one of them little hidden gems that, it's one of them things you need to go to. But I didn't download my notes, so I'm going to do that right now while I'm talking. But yeah, this week's going to be a good week, and next week's going to be a good week. And we're starting to run down on when the end of Season 3 of The Grove Show. But here's the thing. It's not going to be off air for long because I'm going to be going to events in the off-season that we can cover and talk about. So, you know, things are going to start picking back up fairly quickly. So you may only have a few weeks of no show, which would be good to give me a break and, you know, I can kind of relax a little bit, have a little bit of a hiatus. But Season 4 is going to start earlier than usual. It's looking to start back up in January, which is crazy, but that's the way, at this point, it seems to be heading. Which I don't have a problem with that at all. It's usually the off season when there's not a lot of information coming out. The parks are in a slumber. Nothing's really open. There's not really much park announcements. You're going to find that it's pretty quiet in terms of newsworthy stuff. So when we come back, until the news starts picking up, I'm going to have to be creative and keeping you guys entertained. And we're going to start off with this before we get into news. I posted on the SFNE online forums. I posted on Facebook. We're trying to expand and make the Grove Show a place where everybody wants to go. You know, live, depending upon the night, you can have anywhere from 5 viewers to 20 viewers, 50 viewers, whatever it is. I like to see that number keep growing and growing and growing and growing. I mean, the numbers keep jumping up after the fact. I understand, trying to find the right night of the week for people to watch it live. People got TV shows, people got life, school, sports, traveling, whatever the reason may be. But I want to try and really captivate the audience and try to give you a product, a show that you guys really, really enjoy. With that being said, if you go to the forums or if you see it on Facebook for SFNE Online and the Grove Show, just comment. Don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to chime in. I listed a bunch of things. There may be some stuff that I didn't mention that you want to see added. We usually have a good thing going on. People bring up things during the show. We talk about it, and that's all fine and good. But I want to make sure that I'm keeping you guys entertained enough, and there's enough things going around that make you want to keep coming back week to week. And I see a lot of you guys come back every week, which is awesome. And I love you guys for the support. But I also want to keep adding that much because I spend hours every week trying to develop something good for the show. That's why I'm going to try and see if you guys like, these mystery box things. That could be another thing added to the list. There's other kinds of... These two are horror ones. One's Box of Dread, one's Horror Block. There's Nerd Block. There's all kinds of different ones. Maybe I can get a couple other ones. I don't know. It's just something to add to the flavor. But some of the things that and you guys can even chime in the chat of other things you want to see on the show that I don't talk about. Maybe that something else that interests you. It doesn't even have to be amusement park related. It could be video games, music, sports. I don't know. Maybe different traveling spots that have nothing to do with amusement parks. Maybe different events. Like I went to a sex expo. Not that I can, stop broadcasting that live, but I'm just saying, there's other kinds of there's trained expos. There's all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of places to go to. You can go to New York City. You can go to Hollywood. You can go to the Grand Canyon. I don't know what it is, but there could be things like that get brought to the show. Is there other amusement park related things you want to know about? Maybe, amusement park collectibles, Halloween stuff, haunts, the list goes on and on. But if you look at the list of stuff I got, maybe you can bring something, tell me what you like, what you don't like. I can take criticism. You can say, Dr. Giggles, you're a horrible host, get somebody else to do it. And if that's what you want, we'll get somebody else to do it. I don't care. It's just, I want to make sure that you guys love the show and want to keep, it's a place for us to get together, one night a week and talk about what we love. Our passion is amusement parks. That's why you guys come. So I figure if you guys, the viewers that are watching, and if you watch this later, feel free to go to sfneonline.org, look at the forums, go to SFNE Online's, the Facebook, chime in. Same thing with the Grove Show. Just chime in, let us know. Because this show was created for you guys. I mean, I don't mind sitting there talking to myself. I do it quite often. But I want to make sure you guys enjoy it. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So if you guys have ideas, then feel free to, feel free to let me know. Like what parks you want me to cover. Is there parks I'm not covering you want me to cover? If I can get to them, I will. Stuff like that. It'll be, so it's like, it's definitely something that I need everybody's help. I know some people just kind of read things and don't voice their opinion. I want every single one of you to voice your opinion. That's what makes this show so awesome. Because like I know a lot of people have carousels and all different kinds of stuff. So, like I said, we're going to get into that. So let's get into some news, because I got this little discussion of Frozen that really, as I should say, grinds my gears. As you know, Frozen is a massive hit of a movie, right? Everybody knows that, whether you like it or not. Me personally, I bought the DVD. I figured maybe the kids will like it, or maybe I will. I love Disney movies. I'm not afraid to say I like stuff like Beauty and the Beast and Lion King, but I also like Meet the Robinsons and, all kinds. I like all the classics, Snow White. I even like Little Mermaid. Yeah, I know. But still, Frozen was something that I don't understand the appeal. It's just two chicks and a snowman and whatever. I only watched it once. I don't think I could watch it again. To me, the songs were annoying and all that. But the point that I'm trying to get across to everybody about Frozen is now it's becoming a mainstay inside Disney. They're changing a lot of stuff to coincide with Disney. And I think it's a bad thing. People are already spent and burnt out on Frozen. I don't know what you guys think about Frozen. I don't know what you guys think about Frozen. In Epcot, the Norway ride being transformed into Frozen. You know how it was always Walt Disney's Christmas parade? Well, now it's a Frozen parade. They're changing so much stuff over to Frozen. It's making me want to puke. I understand they're gonna do everything they can to this. They're gonna do everything they can with Frozen to get their money's worth out of it. I don't blame them from a money standpoint in marketing. The little girls love it. You know, a lot of the mothers, soccer moms, and stuff like they absolutely love Frozen. I know Luco loves Frozen, so if anybody's looking to buy a present for Luco, get him like a princess themed item from Frozen. I think it'd be a great present for him. Frozen, Don, you hit the nail on the head. It's overrated. But I don't know, I figure I bring this across because I know a lot of people, time to time, go down to Disney and see this. And quite frankly, why is it when I come here I cough like a champ? I haven't coughed all day, and there's something in here making me cough. Maybe the heat, I don't know. Maybe I'm allergic to heat. I don't know. Well, no, Lion King's not overrated. I think Lion King, story-wise, I mean, if you can, just sit there and watch Lion King. Maybe you don't want to or not. I mean, Lion King 1.5 was good, but I'm telling you, what do you call it? The storyline to Lion King blows away Frozen, hands down. The storyline is way better. Even The Little Mermaid, any previous Disney movie, even Bolt has a better storyline than Frozen. You know, it's one of those things where I understand Disney is trying to capitalize on Frozen, capitalizing on the princess element. Princess sells. But I think they're putting the boy stuff on the back burner for this princess crap. I mean, it's getting sickening. I see a lot of people talking about, hey, should they add this to the thing? Should they add that? Should they do this? Should they do that? Personally, what I think is they need to, enough with the Frozen. They're changing the Christmas parade to Frozen themed. The Christmas parade, I don't know how many of you out there have been to Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, and you see the Christmas parade, which is like basically, for the most part, identical to the Christmas Day parade. Pretty much. And that parade is excellent. I went in 2009, I went in 2012. Same parade, and I love it. It's such a great, well-done parade. The characters, the floats, everything is amazing about it. Maybe they needed time to revamp. Maybe it was time to, it didn't seem dated. It seemed like an amazing, I'm a sucker for Disney parades. I can't help it. That one is one of the best parades that I've seen. I mean, I've seen other ones like the Nighttime Magic, Electro-Light Magic Parade and all that. That's a good parade. Disney does good stuff. No, I hate Frozen. I think Frozen is terrible. So we're going to see what happens in the future. But that was my rant on Frozen. I figure, and just keep... you know, keep your eye out because they're going to be changing a lot in the parks. Another thing about my last little tidbit about Walt Disney World uh, that I saw pop up. I don't know how many of you go to Hollywood Studios right now. Hollywood Studios is having many things ripped out and redone, and they haven't announced anything yet. But uh, the rumors, and I don't know this for sure, but the rumors, Cars Land and Star Wars Land getting added in. But in any case, for those that love and the hat being removed, the big giant hat. For those that love the Great Movie Ride, like I do, it's in a replica Chinese theater, like in Hollywood, and you sit in these tram cars, whatever, and it goes through different movies, like Wizard of Oz and Terminator and Alien and a whole bunch of other stuff. It's going to get revamped. It's being sponsored by TMC, I believe. Yeah, TMC. It's going to get a whole new revamp. Not huge, gigantic, but it's going to get. It's going to be down for a month or so. They're going to revamp it a little bit, change it around a little bit, and we'll see what happens. I don't know. You know, the first time I went, I didn't ride it till like the last day of the trip. I didn't really realize what it was. I just thought it was like a building or a shop or something. I didn't know what was in it. But when I went in, I was surprised. Is it the greatest ride in the world? No. But it's definitely entertaining enough that I liked it and rode it again. It's definitely a fun little ride, you know, especially you want to get out of the heat, you want to rest your feet for a little bit. It's okay in my book. I'm okay with that. Well, yeah, the hats. I've talked about that before. About I guess it's iconic to a lot of people. The Mickey Sorcerer's hat. It's a big, giant, 50-foot hat. It's being ripped out. It could be gone by now. I don't know. See, a lot. And you may be too young to realize this, Don. TOT is the only reason to go. Oh, Tower of Terror. Um, what do you call it? The what was I even talking? Oh, before the hat. I mean, that hat's been up 10 plus years. So, but it opened when it didn't have a hat. So most kids and young adults only know the hat being there. They don't know the park without the hat. So it's iconic to a lot of people, and some people are really upset about the hat leaving. Some people are like, hey, yeah, get that stupid thing out of here. I only know it with the hat there. I've only been there when the hat's there, so I don't know what it looks like without the hat. Uh, yeah, Tom's totally lying about um, getting passes to IAPA, and I'm going to tell you why he's lying about passes for IAPA. It is very hard to get passes for IAPA. They just don't give them to anybody. I've read the rules, and the Grove Show cannot even get passes, but I can get passes. Not for the Grove Show, but there's ways I can get passes. I've already been told I have a pass waiting for me next year to do coverage. So when I go next year, I will have a media pass, and I will bring you the news for IAPA. Because you guys know me, I get overly excited, and when I really want to do coverage, I do it well. So you will see things that usually you don't see from other people that don't really cover things very well. "14 years, it was the Millennium Celebration." Wow. Oh, 120. Well, I thought it was 50 feet. I'm wrong. Hey, I read somewhere it was 50 feet tall. I don't know why or where I read that, but somebody said it was 50 feet tall. Still, you know, I'm partial to it either way. To me, it really doesn't matter to me if the hat's there or it's not. It's not one of those pieces that. um, See, here's my thing about Disney Hollywood Studios. That place is a mess. In all actuality, um, I think when they built it, didn't build it right. I mean, if you go to Fantasmic, I love that. That's an excellent show. Tower of Terror is an excellent ride. I do love Aerosmith. I mean, is it a fantastic, great coaster? No. All it is like an Arrow Looper with a launch, basically. Just not as painful. Um, Toy Story Mania is excellent. There's a couple of restaurants in there. The 50s Primetime Diner there and the Sci-Fi Diner thing. Sci-Fi Drive-In or whatever theater thing is excellent. I mean, granted, there was not a lot of stuff in it. And, like I like the Muppets 3D, 4D thing. I think that's great. Other than that, it's kind of hit or miss if you like it or not. Star Tours could be better, yeah, it's all right. But it needs a lot more. The Indiana Jones stunt show it isn't bad. I've seen it. I've seen a half-ass version of it because the day I was there and I saw it, it had rain and it was wet and they didn't want to do all the stunts so the stunt people wouldn't get hurt. So I saw the Sci-Fi Dine, and I love that place. When I ate there, I had the hamburger with the hot dog on it. I thought it was great. I love the 30-second clips of old B movie 50s sci-fi clips from movies from back in the 50s. And then there's also a little bit down the other way. Is that I forgot what they call it, but it looks like a 50s kitchen. Like the seats, the booths have like that 50s kitchen, and the waitresses are like, like a 50s mom, get your elbows off the table and all that. See, the thing I love about Disney is whatever themed restaurant you're in, they partake in the character, and they do that. They do it very well. They play the part good. They do it excellent. The food's excellent. Scream at Six Flags Man. Anyone celebrating Walt Disney's 113th birthday tomorrow? I did not know it's Walt Disney's 113th birthday tomorrow. I didn't realize he was going to be that old. I don't even know how old he was when he died. So even if he didn't die when he did, he would have died not too far after that of natural causes anyway, because he would have been 113. Holy macaroni. Walt Disney, speaking of the man, he was a genius in what he did. Yes, 50s, prime time. See, I'm glad that a lot of people, I used to remember all this stuff. There's so much stuff floating in this brain. I think I need to go to Best Buy and get a new memory card, plug it in. I think this memory card in here is full. I think I just, there's so much stuff going on in life. See, look, this guy, Costa Kev, he's on top of everything. The thing about Disney that I hate is, see, I wish I was alive when Walt Disney World opened or Disneyland, so I could have enjoyed those back then. The way after Walt died, the way that the people running the company took Disney, it kind of changed the parks forever. I mean, there were awesome attractions. I mean, I know they're not a Six Flags or a Cedar Fair. They don't have crazy thrill rides. But I mean, when you had your Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Thunder Railroad Mountain, and then you had your classic dock ride attractions. You had Dumbo and Jungle Cruise and all that. And it seems somewhere along the line, they kind of went out of touch with what they were. It seemed to go what was ever popular that they had. They went with that as, excuse me, as a ride or whatever. They didn't really put total thought into it. I don't know. I'm not a Disney Imagineer or nothing. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and they, when they have their meetings, go, okay, what attractions do we feel like, doing? What could we do with this and that and the other? It's just weird how they have progressed over the years. Now, some things they do amazing, and some things they don't. It's just like any other park. While I liked the Little Mermaid ride, I think there could have been more to it than what it was. I don't really care for that kind of style of ride. It's kind of like the Haunted Mansion. I love the Haunted Mansion because it's a Haunted Mansion. But I think what happened, all those shell cars flying, driving all around, and it seemed like the animatronics and stuff, it didn't really play up to snuff as their classic counterparts of other rides throughout the park. Uh, I'm not exactly sure, and I would love to sit down with a Disney Imagine. I mean, I know one, and maybe I can sit down with him and ask him questions that he's allowed to talk about. I think it'd be great to talk to a Disney Imagineer of what he can talk about and what he can't. Uh, I would love to do that. So I would love to, just because of the fact that I'd like to see the difference between how when things were done back in the day to how things are done now, and why they pick what they pick, stuff like that. Maybe I should ask him that to see if he's allowed to talk about that kind of stuff. I don't want to get the dude in trouble. I mean, I love Universal, but at the same time, Universal's got a long way to go before I love Universal like I love Disney. Uh, I don't care about Harry Potter, so that stuff does absolutely nothing for me. I hate the movies with a passion. I think they suck. But when I went into Islands of Adventure and rode the attractions, well, the main one in the Hogwarts Castle, I thought that was pretty cool. I'll give them that. Other than that, the theming is great. If they did not put in Harry Potter, they were done. Think about that. If they did not do Harry Potter, that park would be nothing. Imagine what if Disney took Harry Potter and say they did the same exact thing but just put it in Disney and it didn't go to Universal. Universal would have been crushed. Universal would have been done. So, now, the rides that stand out for me in Islands of Adventure would be the Hulk, Spider-Man, the Hogwarts Castle. I love Dudley Do-Right, and I love Jurassic Park. Other than that, Dueling Dragons isn't Duel anymore, so it takes away from that. Other than that, what do you got in the park? Now, when you go on the Universal Orlando side, you have The Simpsons. It's all right. You have Men in Black, which I love. You have Rip Ride Rockit, which is another good one. I love the Minions, what they did with the Minions. I love the Beetlejuice show. I love Jaws when it was there. I love E.T. But still, for the most part, all that doesn't live up to Disney. Even though Universal, I haven't been on Transformers yet, and I haven't been on the new Harry Potter stuff yet, but most of the people that I know of that go down there that do like Harry Potter says the new ride is awful. They said it could have been so much better. It's too short, and it's not as good as it should have been. Now, I don't know because I haven't ridden it, so when I do next year, I will totally tell you what I think of the ride. I will tell you if I think it's awesome, if it could have been better, if it stunk. That's what I do. I tell you the truth. I don't lie. I don't kiss anybody's butt. So, but yeah. I'm interested to see what they're doing, all the new stuff they're at, the King Kong or Jurassic Park thing that's being built now. I know they're going to have more and more stuff being added. I heard they're going to add on to Diagon Alley. So who knows what the future is going to hold for Universal. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Universal's crap. Just I prefer Disney better than Universal. And I like going to Universal. I'm not saying it's crap. I prefer Disney over Universal at this point in time. I feel when I'm spending a vacation, I feel I get more entertainment value out of Disney than I do Universal. I think Universal can add a few more rides in each park, add some shows. They got a long way to go, but they're getting there. They're coming back from the dead, because they were just about done. Then Harry Potter comes and there's an explosion. Now they got a ton of money to spend, and they keep expanding, which is great. I'm all for it. I'm not against it. All right, what else do I got in here? So, unless everybody that's watching me has been living under a rock, Thunderbird at Holiday World, the track is complete. It's done. I think they said they're like 3 weeks or something ahead of schedule, but it's done. What do you call it? Fury 325 at Carowinds has been topped off. Track not completed, but it's got the lift hill complete and the first drop complete. So they're chugging along down there at Carowinds. So that's excellent news. I don't know, it just seemed like Universal down in Orlando just didn't seem like it was. I mean, they've even said that, a lot of people that talk, obviously people talk, that, it was like a dying park because of, they were trying to, they weren't really expanding that much. Just here and there, they're having I remember when they were having problems with Rip Ride Rocket. They were just normal growing pains and stuff. But the thing is, what really brought them to center attention was Harry Potter. When they put that in Islands of Adventure, that's what put them over the top. Without that, they would have just been another, would have been like, I'm going to go to SeaWorld for the day. Would have been, when I went to Florida before Harry Potter, I looked at Universal, SeaWorld, and Busch Gardens the same. Now, Universal has jumped its game up. And now Disney's fighting to find that property, to find something that's going to draw everybody in. And I think that's why they're using Frozen. They figured Frozen was such a hit. Let's make things out of Frozen and make it awesome. But for some reason, I can only imagine what's going to happen with the Norway ride when when it finally opens. I have no idea when it's going to open, but they're going to gut it and redo it and theme it. I guess that's the cheap way to put in a new ride. They don't have to build anything. They just got to re-theme it. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm not looking forward to it when they start touching Frozen in other parks. Fury 325, I think, is going to be a hit. The coasters that are definitely going to be hits this year, I think, are going to be Wicked Cyclone, Twisted Colossus, Thunderbird, Fury 325. I'm not so sure about the Batman down in Fiesta, Texas. It reminds me too much of Green Lantern, and a lot of people hated that. The idea and concept look awesome. And, if I get down there, whenever I get down there, I will gladly give it a ride. I've always wanted to ride something like that. So, it's... Yeah, I agree with you on that, Larry. Everybody knows my feelings about that. Too many fanboys out there. What you're going to start seeing is, as people keep building these monsters of rides, whether it's a big ride or a crazy ride or whatever kind of ride that they build, you're going to, I hate to say it, and, don't come after me with the pitchforks and torches and stuff, but the time's going to start now where Bizarro and Millennium Force start falling down the ranks. Other things are going to move up the ranks and take it out. If you look at it, Millennium Force and Bizarro were built in 2000, opened in 2000. So we've had 14 years of this ride, 15 seasons of these two rides. Now, people love Millennium Force and people love Bizarro, but think about that, 14-year-old coaster, two of them battling first and second still. There hasn't been anything new, to come in and take it out of the game. And I'm hoping that one day soon it happens. You know, well, the only problem with 305 is the whole restraint thing. I rode it this year, and there are some times when it gets into elements and it whips, it hurts. A ride like that is never going to be number one. Like, if you look at Maverick at Cedar Point, I try to never ride that thing because of the restraints. They hurt. Every time I ride Maverick, I get a banging headache. So sometimes I ride it once, and I fight with the people I'm with. I'm like, I'm going to go sit over by that bench over there and smoke until you get off, because a lot of my friends, they want to ride it, and I'm like, you know what? By all means, go ride it. Devin wants to ride it, take Devin with you. I'm going to sit on the bench, and I just don't want to keep getting a continuous headache. I actually have to bring 800 milligram Motrins that are prescription with me because of that ride. So, I do a one and done for every trip that I go. Because if they were to find a way to change the restraints, that ride would be... the elements itself are crazy, but it's so compact with thrill. The forces on that ride are intense. It's an intense ride. And I understand why they have the restraints they do, but I don't want to be doing defensive riding. I just want to be able to sit there, relax, put my hands up, and enjoy the ride. I don't want to be holding on for dear life, bracing myself because I'm getting beat in the head like Mike Tyson from Mike Tyson. I will agree with you on that, Daniel Campbell. I love I-305, even though it hurts sometimes. I don't get that gray out effect that a lot of people get. I'm very upset about that. I want to feel a gray out. Never had one. Actually, Don, out of all these B&Ms like that, that's like a Nitro and a Diamondback type coaster, that is my favorite out of Diamondback, Nitro, and that. Out of the ones I've ridden, that one is my favorite. The thing that I've noticed, I forgot what seats I was on. Now, everybody knows my opinion on Florida Rear. I hate it. But the cool thing about Intimidator at Carowinds, as you're coming up the hill and you're getting the airtime, a lot of the airtime hills, you're getting floater and ejector. A lot of times when I'm going over the hill, I don't come back in my seat till I hit the bottom. It's like that awesome. It blows Nitro away. It definitely blows Diamondback away. Excellent coaster. That's just my opinion. That's what I like. Now, the 305 airtime that I enjoy is when I sit in the back seat, the very back row, and I'm going down the first drop. That airtime from when I get whipped over to the bottom right before I hit the curve is when I finally get back in the seat. That's awesome. I love it, and I think it's great. All right, so let's get into Edaville Railroad. All right, now, I had emailed the park, so we'll get the story straight here. I had emailed the park, and I said, hey, do you guys have a media list? I want to know, what's going on with Thomas Land and all this other stuff. Or, and I said, hey, do you have Christmas media events? Because I said a lot of parks do that. And they did, so they gave me a few tickets, and we went. And they didn't have, Polar Express running Saturday night when we went. They had it running Sunday, and they only have it running so many times a week. But in any case, regardless, we didn't get to experience. I do have the media sheet in the house. But what I can tell you about, I don't know how long it is, but for Polar Express, what I can tell you about it is you're going to get cookies, hot chocolate. Santa's going to give you a present. You're going to go on the Polar Express, ride around the park or whatever. So the tickets are $38, but it also gets you admission into the park as well. The admission to the park's $20, so for $18 more, you can get the Polar Express with the present from Santa and the cookies and the hot. Maybe you sing hot chocolate. Ooh, we got it, hot chocolate. Ah, da, 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 da. Maybe that's what you get. But I have to say, I went to Edaville as a little boy, little kid, so I don't remember nothing. So I waited for Tony and May. The rest of us, we went walking around a little bit, try to get familiarized with the place. At first glance, when you walk in, it's small, but there's actually more to it around the corner. They got a train. The train rides 20 minutes, goes around the park. Right when you walk in, there's no there's 2 ticket booths, and there's no gate, so to say, parks with a turnstile or nothing. There's somebody at the end of the ticket booth collecting tickets. As you walk in, there's a carousel, and then you can see the main building with the office. And inside the building where there's Santa, they have bumper cars, which are awesome. Probably the best bumper cars in New England, I want to say. I mean, you can hit somebody. We watch people T-boning bumper cars and lift them up off the ground onto the side, lift it up off the ground. People whacking each other, spinning each other around. I have some of that in the little video of the cars spinning around and stuff. But if you go upstairs, if you have little ones that maybe can't get on the other rides in the park, on the second floor they have a cranberry museum. They also have some flat rides up there for little kids. Something similar to what you would see in a, like when they turn an old roller skating rink into like a fun redemption center place, with an arcade and some rides and stuff. An indoor little amusement park. They have that on the second floor. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 rides up there, including the ball pit that's for little kids. So they do have stuff for the little guys. But the good thing is all the rides, adults can't ride those, but all the rides outside of the building, the adults can ride, even without a child. You don't need a child to ride everything. I rode these weird little rocket ships. We rode this. They got a tilt-a-whirl and a scrambler, and we rode the train, and they got the teacups that go up. The balloon race type that go up and spin around like teacups. They got a Dumbo ride. They got a kitty teacup. They got a good scrambler. What else they got? They got a couple other little rides. They have a nice gift shop. They got some nice signs, and they get some good cups and ornaments and T-shirts and jackets and Thomas the Train stuff, Polar Express stuff. They definitely have. There was a lot of fun stuff. The train ride's great. It's got music on it. There's heat on it, so you stay warm. But here's the thing. There's good and bad to this. For 2015, they're going to be opening a pirate dock ride, a kiddie coaster, a water, like a flume water roller coaster thing. They're opening up bumper cars, go-karts, an 11.5-acre Thomastown, which is going to have a kiddie coaster in it. Now, the other kiddie coaster, the track's on site. Somebody mentioned it. They saw the track. It is one of those kiddie spinny coasters. You've seen it from my Apple last year that the video popped up on it. They're adding one of them. The track's on site. The cars are on site. All that stuff, there's going to be 14 rides in total for Thomastown. You're going to be able to ride Thomas. There's going to be other flat rides. There's going to be a roller coaster, kiddie coaster. Like I said, you're going to have the water roller coaster, bumper boats, go-karts, and a dock ride for next year. There's construction going on all over the place. Evidently, the entrance we walked through is a new entrance. You'll see the Edaville sign where you walk through when you get from the parking lot. You'll see that in the little video. Also, for 2016, now listen to what I have to say. I put the picture online. 2016, they're putting in a wood coaster. I don't remember. If you happen to go this year to Edaville to check it out, when you're on a train ride, you can see the water roller coaster. It's already built. It's up. You're going to see they put signs along the way where certain rides are going. Go-karts here. Then there's going to be bumper boats. And then there's the water roller coaster. There's some construction going on over by the front gate. the main entranceway. Somebody said where the dino thing is where Thomas Land's going, but there's a sign out front that says the dinos will be back in the spring. So I don't know. The guy, we talked to one of the workers there. The guy told us where everything was going, and I don't remember where. I don't know why we're still talking about Tom. The kid's a liar. Trust me, he does not work for the park. I talked to the park. The kid's a liar. They didn't. It doesn't matter. In any case, so with Edaville coming through with a whole bunch of new stuff, there's a lot of cool things they're going to be doing. Because if you guys remember a couple of years ago, they were looking to sell the park for like $10 million. I guess nobody kind of took the bait. So the owner said, you know what? We're just going to build it up. And so it's going to be one of those places that is going to be a go-to place. I think next summer I'm going to go to it when it's warmer out and pick up some coaster credits now. So basically next year they're opening up 3 coasters in 1 year, along with Thomas area. I want to check out Thomas. I want to, you'll see in the video. I didn't show too much. I want everybody to see what some of the stuff I saw. I want you guys to actually go and enjoy it yourself without me ruining it. There is a lot of fun stuff there. It's not a huge place. It's one of those little offshoot side attractions right now because it's not huge, but it's fun. I love the place. I want to go back so bad. And it's awesome. So what we're going to do is, yeah, I know. There's no reason to talk about them. Nobody cares. But in any case, I'm going to show you the video, and when we come back, we'll unveil the mystery boxes. We'll talk about some upcoming events, and then we'll be out of here. So enjoy the next 4-minute video of Edaville Railroad. a little bit of Edaville in a nutshell. It didn't show everything, but it showed enough. Maybe it didn't entice you to go. The price of admission is cheap enough. They have different types of admissions. They also have a VIP with Santa, which is it's more money for. I think it's like $12 for adults and $25 for kids or whatever. You get to ride the train with Santa. You get a present from Santa. You get in the park an hour early to ride the rides and stuff like that. The price of the park is not expensive. The food, inside the cafe, they have all different kinds of hot food and drinks and stuff. They have a new coffee shop. We had hot chocolate. It was all right. It wasn't that great. Even though the peanut butter cup cookie that they have in there was delicious. But it's definitely a place that I would. It's definitely evidently built up more. It's going to be a place that we're going to have to go to, and maybe we can talk to them. Since I started, talking to them, maybe we can set up an event there when the coast is open to get some ERT, some food, so on and so forth. They have a barbecue area, like we could do a lunch picnic kind of thing. So in the summertime, sky's the limit. We'll try it out, see what happens, and we'll see what happens when the ride's open and stuff. So hopefully you enjoyed that. I know a lot of people have gone when they were younger and all that. So hopefully it sparked that. Hey, let's go back. Especially if you like trains. Especially if you like little offshoot parks like that. I love them. The pace is slow. It's not like a Six Flags or a Cedar Fair or a Disney where everything's hustle, bustle, go, go, go. This is just kind of go at your own pace. I kind of like going at my own pace, slow. I don't want to run around anymore. So I'm going to talk to them. I started making, I started doing friends. They don't have a big staff, but I started talking to a couple women there that, set me up with Saturday night. And it was definitely worth. I spent like $70 in the gift shop. So, granted, they gave me a few tickets. They definitely got their money's worth out of that. Plus, now they're getting the publicity for me. It was a good offshoot kind of thing. But it was definitely an awesome. I had fun. I was like, damn, the place is closed. I didn't want to leave. I wanted to keep riding. I know they were kiddie rides, but They had a great selection of family flat rides. You had a Tilt-A-Whirl. They had a fast scrambler. They had the kiddie caterpillar. They got their little kiddie teacups and a Ferris wheel. They got the little carousel, the train. They got a bunch of everything, and it's just going to get bigger and better. So I like it, and I'm definitely going to go back in the summer for sure. I want to see the dock ride. I want to see how the coasters are. I like Thomas the Train. I'm like a big giant child. I like that. I like trains, so that's why I was like, woohoo, I want to go on Rabbit-Choo-Choo. So, but anyways, what's in the box? All right, this is what they call Box of Dread. You're going to get a box, if you ever sign up for it, it comes to $20 a month. And the November's theme was, I don't know how many people remember Mars Attacks movie. And I don't know how many of you remember Garbage Pail Kids. So, this is the only thing I didn't put in here, they had a magnet of Garbage Pail Kids that was kind of mashed with Mars Attacks. But inside the box, there was a package. There was 2 packages of cards of Garbage Pail Kids. There's a Chrome series. Chrome ones, and then there's another one. Had like Nate and Flate and Dead Ted and all this stuff. So there was some, I know you can't really see them. I'll take a picture of this stuff and show you these. They have these little things called Minikins, minifigures. I don't know if you can read that, but it's these 2 little minifigures of Garbage Pail Kids. This month one didn't have much. Well, some of the stuff was exclusive. You can't buy it. Like there's a Mars Attacks calendar. This button. The Mars Attacks button. And then there was a poster. So you get all kinds of stuff like that. I do know that the December month box has Gremlins and Nightmare Before Christmas in it. There wasn't a lot of stuff in the box. There was a magnet, like I said. Now, this box is all right. The first box I got had a Walking Dead action figure in it that I got for October and some other stuff. But see this box right here? This is the box that I love the most. And when you see why, when I pull it out of the box, you'll see why. Now, this box says "Don't open, dead inside." But every month you get a T-shirt. It's always horror themed. Last month was my first box. The October one had a Jason Voorhees T-shirt. This month has a Hannibal T-shirt. So I'm gonna have so many horror T-shirts I ain't gonna know what to do with. It came with a hot stress reliever thingy. Tales from the Crypt Keeper cartoon series DVD. Last month had Puppet Master Blu-ray. This, I think, is really neat. I don't know if you can see this right here, but you probably can't. It is a Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't know which. Yeah, it's from Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a film cell. And there's a Godzilla scaler. I'm not too familiar with those. One of these onboard Chula things. And what else is in the box? What else is in the box? Oh, you get a copy of Fangoria magazine and a sheet of Hannibal stickers. Now, I know I went through everything fast, but now I can take it all out and put it, in the respect. I'm going to hang this one on my car. I'll wear the T-shirt. I'll watch the DVD. I'll display this. I'll take this to work when everybody pisses me off. Squeeze the hot. And that one, this box cost me $30 a month because of the double X shirt. It cost $1.50 more or whatever, plus shipping, and it comes from Canada. So people in Canada are going to get it before you. So if you don't want to see spoilers, you're just going to stay away. Because they just tell you a theme. Like this month was Hannibal themed, and then they're like, oh, there's going to be a Freddy Krueger item. Now, I don't know what's in the December box yet. I'll get it like January 3rd. So I won't officially get it in December like some people will, but I'll get it in January. But I like this box the best. But I don't know if anybody likes that kind of stuff. In the next box, I'll show it. The small box of it's going to have, like I said, I don't know how many people like Gremlins and Nightmare Before Christmas, but it's going to have that kind of stuff in it. So I'm anxious to see what's in it. There's a lot of mystery boxes out there. I wish we could do a amusement park mystery box that we could do a subscription with. And maybe over time, maybe someday we could put park maps from different parks, different promotional items, stuff like that. Maybe it's something to think about in the future to see if we can do that. I think that would be neat if we could do that. I'm going to Costa Con. That's going to be awesome. Costa Con is definitely going to be awesome. It's at Great Adventure. I don't mind Great Adventure as much, but I know it's good. It's con. You can't go wrong with con. Every Costa Con that I've been to has been amazing, and it's been awesome. So, all right, let's recap a few things, and then we'll get out of here for upcoming events. This Saturday, you can't go. And there's an update about if you wanted to go to Jersey to a Storybook Land event there down in Egg Harbor, New Jersey. The date has been moved to December 13th for the possibility of rain. So if you were thinking about going this weekend down to Jersey, don't do it. If you look on the events page, Ace, New Jersey, the event has been moved due to possibility. There's supposed to be rain coming in on Saturday there. So they're moving it to the 13th. Now, you can't go to this event. Registration's closed. But down at Busch Gardens in Virginia, it's coasting through the snow, which there's probably not going to be any snow. It could be raining as well. But we are going to be doing updates all day long like we did with Dollywood. So if you want to see what's going on for the event, make sure you tune in to the Grove's Facebook page Saturday. The event starts at 11:45, and then we're going to go right to a meal, which is weird. You're going to do the feast with Santa first. Then we're going to go do ERT on Verbolten, and then there's VIP seating at 9 o'clock at night for a show. And then everything else is do whatever you feel like doing for the rest of the day. So we're going to be, we're going to be seeing shows, we're going to be riding rides, we're going to be shopping, we're going to be doing a little bit of everything. So make sure you stay tuned. I'll take pictures of the merchandise, I'll take pictures of the park with all the lights, the rides, everything that I can. So make sure if anybody wants to check out Busch Gardens for Christmas time, make sure you keep it on the Grove Show's Facebook page, because that's where it's going to be at. And that's where all the information is going to go. I may post a couple pictures on SFNE Online's Facebook, but it's going to all go to the... I know we confuse you. Even though it's really one entity, it's two. And the Grove Show has its own thing going on too. But like I said, go to the Grove's Facebook page. You will see everything you need to see. Let's see. Depending upon the box, this brown box right here is called Box of Dread. You can go to boxofdread.com, and that's the one that's going to have the Gremlins and Nightmare Before Christmas. But if you want to get it, you have till midnight, December 9th, going into December 10th, to get the box, and they close it off and they start shipping it out. So sometime that week after, I will have the box. This box right here, the really good box with the T-shirt, and the DVDs and the cool stuff, that's called Horror Block. I don't know if they have, just type in Horror Block in Google and you'll find it. They have Nerd Block, they have some other ones too. They have ones with, video games. They have ones with a little bit of everything. There's going to be a little bit of, everything going on for these boxes. I may try a different box. I'm going to look into some more. A non-horror themed box. But I'll check it out. See what, I'll keep looking at all the... People do a lot of unboxing videos. So we'll check that out. So keep in mind, if you're looking for other events, mark your calendar. January 24th is Winter Adventure at Great Adventure. It's also No Coaster Con it's in Illinois. And then on February 7th is East Coaster at Hershey Park. March 14th is the Great Nor'easter at Six Flags New England. Also, keep tuned in February because... Oh, we didn't even go over the SFNE chat thing. Damn. I forgot about that. We'll break that down really quick. Stay tuned to Six Flags New England for February. They got some other announcements for other things going on in 2015. For those that have been sleeping on a rock, Pandemonium's been painted. Somebody had asked about new trains for Bizarro because everybody's been talking about the speculation of Superman the ride coming back. They said whenever they decide to upgrade with new technologies, meaning when they turn into Superman, they're going to have new technologies. They're going to be... I don't know if they're going to upgrade the audio, what they're going to be doing. For now, they claim they had the audio working. I didn't really hear it working at the end of the season. For me, it didn't work, but they claim it did. They're also, the Hard Hat tour that they had a week or two ago, they're doing another tour, expanding it to not just the media and stuff like that. It's going to expand, so maybe we'll be invited to it. So we'll check that out. Somebody asked about the theming for Wicked Cyclone and what we're going to see. The only thing that they would give away was it's going to be storm themed, and John Winkler and Jen McGrath stopped short of really spilling anything. They wanted to have some surprises for when it opens, so you can see it, which I understand. Got to keep some things a secret. Season pass, like they do with all the new rides. There will be a season pass preview for Wicked Cyclone. And for Fright Fest, they are working on a new haunt for 2015. So if everything goes well, the haunt should be ready. They're not promising, but it should be ready for 2015. So those were the hot topic points of the chat that were going on. They did talk with the engineer guy named Mike. I can't pronounce his last name for the life of me. But he was talking about different things about Wicked Cyclone and different questions that were brought to him about engineering aspect of things with the park and stuff like that. The guy has a cool background. He did work for Universal and stuff like that. So they got a great guy there working with all the engineering stuff, trying to bring out the new attractions for the park and stuff like that. So we'll see where that leads us. So just make sure you keep staying tuned. We will be back next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Grove Show will be back. We will talk about Busch Gardens and God knows what else will be up our sleeves for next week. I will try to entertain as much as possible because New Year's Eve will probably be the last show of the year, obviously. And then we'll only be a few weeks of, of off time. So we'll see what happens. We will see what will happen. So keep that in mind. Anyways, I'm your host, the Dr. Giggly Guy. And this is the Grove Show. I will see you all 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week. So tune in. Spread the word. Tell a friend, tell a dog, tell a tree, tell the grass, tell the snow, the rain, a rock, tell whoever. Tell them to tune in next week, 9 p.m. So until then, have a safe weekend. Try to find some coasters to ride. Anybody that's going to Busch Gardens, I will see you. And until next week, keep on coasting, baby. Woo!